IP is just so integral to St. Louis. Talking with people who do interfaith work in other cities in the United States, there are lots of different organizations that do different things, and sometimes they end up duplicating or clashing with each other. We're really blessed in St. Louis to have this one organization that is sort of the flagship interfaith organization that helps organize all the other interfaith efforts. There are other organizations that do interfaith work, but they all sort of follow in the wake of Interfaith Partnership. So even at the Archdiocese where I work now, I work specifically in the Interfaith office. Even there, we vet our interfaith work through Interfaith Partnership. If an interfaith partner comes out of the woodwork in St. Louis and says we want to do a program or anything like that, my first call is to Interfaith Partnership to see, do we have any history with this community? Is there anything I should know? Any way I should approach it? Things like that.
I saw it as a way to make peace. I'm a peace freak. Conscious objector discharge after getting drafted into the Marine Corps when I was 21. My peace motivation started before that in high school, but I've always been after. I feel it's my duty to try to make peace, and Interfaith Partnership, the dialogue seemed to be a perfect opportunity to do that. So it stuck.
It was in 1979 when there was an American hostage taken by Iranians, and there was a lot of anti-Islamic feelings was going on in the country, and we felt the Interfaith Partnership gives us a hope, a platform to communicate with them. So knowing the Interfaith Partnership along the way, we felt that it has made a lot of difference in communication. So actually that continued in much stronger situation after that. So this is how we became involved with this.
My commitment to working with Interfaith Partnership really began even before I came to St. Louis. From my earliest memories, my family and I were always really committed to living lives that were broader than just the narrow confines of our own faith. And so growing up, my parents taught me about having relationships with and understandings amongst the people of other faiths with whom we lived, and who were our friends and our neighbors and our fellow citizens and people around us. So it was perfectly natural for me to seek out an organization like Interfaith Partnership when I came to St. Louis, and I was excited to discover IP, and really from the very beginning knew that part of my rabbinate would be deeply committed to working in the interfaith community, to building relationships with people of other faiths and cultures and traditions. And I've always tried my hardest to make it a priority as I've continued my work.